Welcome back to Sports Talk on the Sports Talk Media Network. You can reach the guys with the South Carolina Education Lottery lucky number, 888-898-2525. That's 888-898-2525. Now back to Phil and Chris with the second hour of Sports Talk on the Sports Talk Media Network.
All right, welcome back, everybody. It's Sports Talk on this big Thursday night as we are back on the Palmetto Pigskin Tour. We're up in Spartanburg. We are at Wofford College, and we're here to visit with the Terriers. We've got the Terriers coming in looking to improve on last season and turn things back in a positive direction. Have a couple of players in here shortly, but right now we're joined by head coach Shawn Watson, who's going into his second full season. 2-9 last season, but they did win their last two and averaged about 14 points per game, gave up 25 points per game. So a lot of things to work on in camp, in spring practice, in camp. And, Coach, first of all, thank you for joining us. Mm-hmm. Great to see you once again.
Thank you.
How's it been going so far? How would you rate the camp to this point?
It's been great. It's been great. We've got a veteran football team, and, it's kind of, we've honestly, we've had to put the wheels back on our wagon. There's a lot of things that needed fixed, and we're making a lot of progress in terms of getting things fixed, and got a good football team, really do.
Start with the offense, and you when you came here as the offensive coordinator, and you wanted to throw the ball more, and now you're still kind of transitioning into this throwing game, which has been kind of foreign around here for so long. I don't know, a little more difficult to get to that than you thought it would be?
No, it's not. It's just, it's mainly getting the right, getting the people here. We've put a lot of effort into our recruiting. We've had to flip our roster in some respects in terms of, the type of player we're looking for, obviously, because of different styles. But, it's been a good process. We've, I think, got a really strong receiver room, which we needed to build, and we've been able to add to it, and I feel really good about them. Feel great about our tight end room. We got a really good tight end room. Our running back room's always been solid, and we've we're really, again, style of play. Had to flip our offensive line room with the type of players that we're looking for to run the things we want to run. And it's again, it's been a good process. Staff's done a great job of recruiting, and probably the big thing I did was I recruited my roster when we started in December. So I wanted to keep around our fifth-year kids, the kids that could come back. Mm-hmm. So I was able to bring back 9 guys, and they're the difference makers on just in terms of leadership, vision that we all had together, and then we've been able to add some really, I think, real talented kids. We've had in my first year, we really had a half a year of a recruiting cycle, and we had really good players in that group. And then this year with a full year, that's a really solid class that we have with us. So those guys adding to what the vision of our offense and defense is, and, recruiting that skill set, I feel good about, the players. Now we have to develop them.
You mentioned the offensive line and recruiting offensive linemen to fit what you want to do. What exactly does that mean? Where did you go from the previous type of lineman to what you've got now?
Length and athleticism. We're looking for long guys. I know this from the years I've been in coaching. It's length is not necessarily height. It's guys who have long levers. That's, their arm, wingspan. And, the guys that tend to be lengthy guys, I think some of the best athletes in the world are really that model, regardless of what sport it is, but NBA basketball, sure. Guys have length, and, length is hard to deal with, and, the athleticism that comes with that. So we've been able to add in recruiting in that respect, and then our tight end room should resemble that too. And we've got, right now 2 tight ends that could walk out there on the field at the same time, or that are 6'6", and easy 6'6", both of them. So they're 250-pound kids, and they're pass matchups, and they can hold the edge in the run game, which is what we needed.
Quarterback.
Yeah, we've got a really competitive room. it's Bryce is one of the fifth-year kids that came back. That was big because he's one of the best leaders I honestly have ever had in coaching. He's a great person, and he really adds to us, with his experience. And then he loves Wofford. I just felt terrible for him last year because he never played healthy. And long story short, it's good to have him back. Paulie, who got 5 starts for us and actually played in 6 games, adds to that room with his experience, and he's a really good football player. Comes from a great pedigree. His dad was an excellent football player, a quarterback, so he's been raised a quarterback, is the best way to put it, and he's just a natural decision maker, a good passer. And then Amari Odom is he's a very, very talented human being. So, they're all, Bryce has got experience in terms of knowing the offense, and those other 2 guys are just really, their skill sets, what they bring to the table are different, but both of them are playmakers. And then Eric Hanley, who's the freshman, has really added to the room. So, you walk in that room, and that's the way it's got to be. The quarterback room's got to be the most competitive room in your team. You can't have a day off, because it's very competitive. So we're letting them battle it out. They've been in Saturday will be the second week of the battle, and we're once we get a starter a guy who really steps out in front of we'll name a starter, and we'll name a starter obviously before the first game, going into our preparation. So that's up and coming, and it's been a great battle. They've battled each other every day.
Do you plan to go with just one guy, or
Yep.
Could you run multiple out there?
No, I think Bryce gives us the ability to do some things really uniquely, and I would consider something with him, depending on how it all works out.
Sure.
But at the same time, I think you got to go with one guy.
No platoon.
No.
Yeah. Defense. How do you feel about the way those
Real
guys
good. I thought, as their season wore on, they were a new package. We're a whole new outfit, and we went to a whole new package. I wanted to get a little bit more towards what I believed in, which is a multiple front team. And, the guys did an excellent job of putting that package together a year ago. I'm talking about the staff, and then the defense, the players grew in it. Mm-hmm. And when they grew in it, I felt by the end of the season they were the best, if not the best. They were one of the very best defenses in our league. The Furman win was because of them. They can play defense. And, I think as the season wore on, they just got better and better and better. We started getting turnovers and things that I know that we emphasize on that side of the ball. And, we have I think a really good group of guys. A lot of those kids that came back are on that side of the ball, and it's I think a really talented group. And the thing I think I feel best about right now is that we have in our rooms. I think every room has competition. Every room, at least in the 2 deep, in some cases 3 deep. That I don't care what position it is, you have to compete every day, which is what we've tried to build with recruiting. So that was our remake, was making competitive rooms across the board.
When you look at what you did the end of last season, winning those last 2 games after losing 9 in a row, first of all, how did you hold your team together during that losing streak? Because to finish with wins over the Citadel and Furman, even though you lost 9 in a row, I'm sure the fans were feeling something good about things after those 2 wins.
Yeah.
How did you hold that team together? Was it easy to do? Was that something the players took upon themselves?
No, it's all of us. We believe in each other, and we never left each other. That's it's just our culture around here. We're a team, and we're not a team by convenience. We're a team, so we're gonna. We went through a lot of adversity, a lot of things, injuries, all kinds of things happened to us at the beginning of the year. We were fighting a lot of things. So long story short, they kept believing, and we kept working, and we knew it was going to be a process because I believe in the process.
Yeah.
So, I think, it was up to me to set the tone, obviously, but at the same time, they followed. They're awesome human beings. That's why we're all here. Got great staff. And not only are they good football coaches, but they're great men. And, I think you walk in this building, our players know we pour our life into them. Yeah. And it's not words. We prove it every day, and the way we treat them and how hard we coach them and what we give to them. And they give back. We're a team.
So those 2 wins to take into the off season, has that helped here as you prepare for this coming season? I mean, you wipe the slate clean, but, I mean, to go back and look at winning those 2 games, especially that Furman game, a team that was going to the playoffs, kind of shows what you can do? Does it kind of show your players, guys, this is what we're capable of?
I think we believe in that the whole way through, and people on that side may not get that, but it's in a team sport. When you have chemistry, you understand what I'm talking about. We have chemistry in this building. There's a culture here, and it's everybody believing in each other, just to make it real simple. And we just kept hanging. We kept fighting through all of the adversity, and we knew on the other side is going to make us better. And it was good to get those wins because we had an adverse day. Both teams did down at Citadel. It was raining sideways.
Yeah.
And then we came in here, so you had to win in adversity away, and then you had to come up, play a great team in Furman, and walk away with that one was huge. And what does it do? I think it just validated the belief we had in each other, and it just simply put, that's what it did. It validated all the belief we had in each other to get through those hard times, and there's something at the end of it. So it's a good life lesson. I learned from it. I've been doing this 44 years, and the 64 years I've been alive and working. Man, it was a great story for me.
Yeah.
Because we all had to hang in there together. It's a people story.
You feel like this Wofford team, you're not being picked very highly in the Southern Conference. People aren't expecting a whole lot, so it could be one of these teams that could rise up and bite somebody.
Preseason stuff doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And what it means is when you play, and that's be the challenge. If we were picked first, doesn't matter. It's I think we just put our head down and we go to work around here because we know we have a clear picture, a vision of what we want to be and what we want to do. And we just keep working for it. It's the process, and we don't get lost in all the junk on the outside.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Don't listen to the junk. We're the junk.
Yeah, we just keep our head down and keep going.
There you go. Hey, thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it. Good luck this season.
Appreciate it.
We'll be talking to you and keeping a close watch, and got a couple of your players coming in here right after you.
All right.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Coach Shawn Watson here at Wofford. And, I would not discount Wofford at all. You saw what they did the end of last season. So working hard, keeping their head down, and grinding. That'll get it done. All right, coming up, we've got standout safety. I love this name, Maximus Pulley. Maximus, that's the character's name in
Gladiator.
Gladiator. Yeah.
Yep.
Gladiator. Maximus Pulley. And Anthony Garcia, big center, safety and center, coming up after the break.